Hey guys, so I'm here on my Rapido, my new to me Rapido, and I had some battery issues which are resolved, um, and my axes are now out of position, right? So they forgot their machine home position. Anyway, so I am resetting these positions now on the Rapido. On the Rapido, the machine home position comes from a boring bar holder. So if you sweep in a boring bar holder, you would use a tall one on the top and on the bottom turret when you're doing this. But if you sweep in a boring bar holder, this is machine 0 for X and Y. And then Z is 5 millimeters off of the hardstop. So what I'm going to do, I just did the X and Y. So I swept in my boring bar holder. This is an H75 boring bar holder. Be careful with what you use, because I believe, I'm not sure if there's H70 boring bar holders out there, but for a long time I thought it was H70s. It's actually an H75. I know that there are, that H, the number that I'm talking about is the distance from this mounting surface to the center. But I know that there are live tools out there for the Rapido that are H70s. So just make sure that you use a boring bar holder which came with the machine, which should be an H75. So you sweep this in, and then you tell the machine that that is your machine 0 position. I believe there's a procedure on that. I may have it on my channel. But I'll go through how to do the Z-axis anyways. But so for the Z-axis, this had been set way out. You see, this is right now this is set at, negative 118 thou, and I'm all the way out here. Right? If you look at this turret is actually farther back. So what I'm going to do is I need to be able to set this, find my hard stop position, then come 5 millimeters off of that. So right now that's as far as I can move. Right? It's not letting me actually move any farther because of the limits and where everything is set. So what I need to do right now is tell the machine that I'm basically going to start setting my 0 position. So it's going to allow me to move past my limits. So the first thing I want to do is go to my maintenance page, go to maintenance again, to absolute position, input the password, which is MPARA, input. This allows me to get into here. So there's a couple things to be very careful about. See up here, this is your axis, right? Make sure that you're setting the right axis. I've done it before where I've accidentally reset a different axis. Then I had to sweep everything back in and find the right position. Next axis will change this right here, right? So let me get back to X1. So X1 is my machine, or is the axis. I am going to come right now to Z1. So here's Z1 right here. So the next important thing to know is that I never put anything in my 0P. This is like a shift. So say you were going to, it would just be a shift from wherever your turret is at to your home position. Well, the way we're doing it on this machine is we're actually setting to home position, so there's no shift involved. So I always make sure that 0P is set to 0. Now, what we're going to do is, if you read this, what we're going to do is we're going to start the procedure, which means absolute position set. We need to make that a 1. So 1 and then input. What this allows us to do is to move past the limits. So see, it's opened it up to where I can move past the limits now. Oops. So what I'm going to do, now that I've opened this up, going to go to my monitor page. I'm going to cursor over until I find my load meter. And then I'm going to basically just sneak up on my Z-axis and see where my hardstop is. So we're just watching this right here. And as soon as it starts to spike, I'm going to call that my 0. Well, my hardstop. Oh, there it is. Alright. So, it threw it into E-stop, so I just had to power on the machine again. And then now I'm just going to sneak up on it real slowly. There. Right there. I'm only moving 1 thou, and it's going up over 20 points. So I'm going to call that my hardstop right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my, let's see, where is this? I'm going to go into my count set, and I'm going to go to my Z. This is just a, basically just a readout for you, right? On the FANUC control, it's a lot different, but I'm just going to go to my Z. I'm going to go Z. I'm just going to go 0 and hit input. And now I'm going to come 5 millimeters off of that. I think 5 millimeters is 197. So that is where I'm going to set my 0. So now I'm going to go back into my maintenance page. Go back to absolute position. This is still set to a 1. I'm kind of in service mode. And this is still at Z1. I'm going to type in 1 for origin P and hit input. This will flash and then say complete. So now that is my 0. Now if I go to my monitor screen and look, this is set at Z0. So now when I move out, I can't move right now until I actually power the machine down, or the control, power the control down and turn it all back on. So that's what I'll do now. But that's how you set your Z. So your Z is all the way back up against a hard stop and then 5 millimeters off. Your X and Y is off the center of a boring bar holder. For the lower turret and the upper turret, it's off the same size boring bar holder. Do not use a short boring bar holder. See, these are short ones. Do not use a short one on the lower. And then for the Z-axis on the lower turret, it's done the same way. So that's how you're going to be resetting your home position on the Eurotech Rapido. Thanks, guys.